What's up, patio tanks? How's everybody doing? Man, I just want to take a moment to enjoy this guy right here. He's really big right now. He's bigger than my iPhone 12 Pro Max. I want to say he's almost 7. I did post up that he's 6.8. And damn, every time I wake up, I always got to take a look at him. But let me give you guys an update on my new fish that came in right here. I haven't given him a name yet, but that's the new SRD right there. I really enjoy this style of SRD right here. The coke hasn't fully came in yet. Really nice looking dude. Of course, I really enjoy this dude right here too. He does not like water change, so I only did a water change today. I think he's been in here for like 2 weeks and I have not done a water change. So he does not like water change, because when I do water change, you guys see that? He does not like it. But this tank is super dirty. The reason why it's super dirty because he doesn't like it. He's new. He's only been here for almost a week. I want to say like 5 days only. 5-6 days. Picked him up on like Wednesday. I don't know. Tuesday. Yeah, somewhere around there. But he's beautiful. He's super red. He's awesome. Really enjoy him. This is how my comp fry. He's hiding. Oh well. Thanos is freaking amazing. I love the dude who produces Thanos, his work. It's like he understands his fish, and his fish is very consistent. But yeah, I really enjoy Thanos. His coke shrunk because for the past few days weather has been pretty crazy. His coke was a little bit bigger because you guys can see all the small dents in there. And his coke, it did shrunk a little bit too. The top is more round and not flat like that. That's a potato coke right there. But he's pretty satisfied with my purchase of him. Really satisfied. I mean, I'm satisfied with all my fish either way. Those guys, the guy over there, Mark 87, and that little SRD, they're there for recovery because those small tanks seems to be doing pretty good. And it's just a parrot and a pluck on here right now. But one thing I want to talk to us about tonight, or in this video, is about how to deal what problems we have outdoor and how I deal with them. One of the biggest problems of having tanks outdoor is temperature fluctuation. Always having to deal with you're always the water, the temperature is always changing super fast once the heater shuts off. You know, all these walls are they're always getting hit by cold wind, or in the summer hot wind, or it's just the atmosphere is different. It's always hot or cold. There's no constant, especially in the morning when it's really cold, and then in the afternoon it gets pretty warm, and then it gets cold again towards the evening, and then at night it gets really cold, and then in the morning it gets even colder, and then it gets warm again. So you have to deal with a lot of temperature fluctuation. I know when I had Spidey, one of my older SRD indoor, he was doing fantastic. He was growing, and I haven't had a problem with him at all. But I moved him out here, and I have to deal with constant sickness, constant diseases, and constant, whatnot. But it's a trial and error. I've tried to figure out how to deal with like raising fish outdoor. And I've also experienced with tanks that have been hit by sunlight compared to tanks that doesn't have a lot of sunlight. So for example, these 4 tanks have been getting a lot of sunlight, and algae does grow fast, but for some reason all these 4 tanks aren't doing as good as these tanks right here, because fish usually only this part of the tank gets sunlight, but the rest doesn't get sunlight. This gets a little bit of sunlight. This is by far the best tank from a hospital tank. These 2 tanks are thriving greatly. Same with this one. I only had a situation with a lot of parrot, and they died because at a funeral I wasn't home to do water change, and there was a pneumonia spike. But besides that, these 2 tanks seems to be doing fantastic all the time. There was no problem. Fish are always thriving in here. But I'm fishing this one and fishing that one. That one seems to do good. But fishing this one and fishing those 2 are supposed to be the best tank, because they're getting hit by sunlight, and that's natural sunlight. And when they're getting hit by sunlight too, they're also getting natural heat. So tank warms up by itself, and the heater shuts off. So I don't know, I'm always dealing with these 4 tanks, having to monitor them, making sure that water is correct, temperature is correct. But I did say one thing before, was that the correct temperature solves a lot of problem already. It eliminates possible future diseases. It eliminates possible threats of sickness, worms and everything, whatever you name it. It eliminates a lot of that. If fish gets injury, especially cichlids who lives in warmer temperature, they tend to heal faster compared to cold water. So I've been dealing with a lot of outdoor stuff. One of the biggest issue is having all sorts of dirt or junk fly in there. Leaves fly, not so bad, because leaves actually give off some form of good nutrient or good vitamin into the water, and fish loves it. Kind of like how Indian almond leaves are good for beta. I feel like almost any leaves that falls into the water gives great natural resources or vitamins to the water to make the fish feel more lively. It does give more oxygen too at the same time. Going back to having dirt going into the tank, sorry for the dirtiness of the tank. The reason why I have this is due to algae. A lot of sunlight's hitting, and I do keep plecos to clean these tanks because I hate scrubbing, and I rather do water change than scrub, because scrubbing takes a crap total of time for me. I rather just get my water change done within 15 to 20 minutes. But yeah, I'll get dirt, sometimes birds, their feather. I have a tree up right here, so the feather, they're probably mating or something, or they're trying to find place to sleep, and their feathers will fall off and they'll get into here, and who knows what they carry on them. And those are the things I gotta watch out for, especially for like tree branches and too. I feel like tree branches work like leaves too, but then at the same time, sometimes it can harm the fish. Or you know how aggressive these fish are, they'll try to make it poke, they'll try to attack it, and it'll harm them in some kind of way. So there's all kinds of things that I encounter and have to deal with for outdoor. Especially this dude, very aggressive. I had a stick that came into this hole once, and it was in a small stick. It was a pretty long stick, but very skinny, and he hit him on his gill because he was trying to attack it. So those are the things you got to watch out for if you're doing outdoor tanks. It is a trail in there. I had a lot of trails, a lot of errors, a lot of issues that have made me figure out what really works for me. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like keeping SRDs or ZZs, because when I have them outside and they get sick, it takes them forever to bounce back. It takes them, because temperature fluctuation. I know they like to live in very warm temperature. So, and two, when they get sick and all these other things fall into the tank, or all these other things are in addition to the reason why they're sick, they tend to just go and not come back and just die. So that's one of the reasons why I really don't enjoy keeping SRDs outdoor. If anything, indoor is preferably for them. But I do love SRDs just as much as I love my Compass. And those are the things that I always have to deal with for outdoors. If you guys are looking to keep fishes outdoors, make sure your temperature is fully blast, or your watts, your heaters are bigger than your tank. Your heater size is bigger than your tank size. I have a 300 watt for a 75 gallon, and this is a 65. All of these are 300, besides the 20 gallons, they're 200s. So just make sure temperatures are up high. Once the tank gets a little too cold below temperature, heater turns right back on, and that works phenomenal for a lot of my tanks. A lot of my water, all my water in the tank stays pretty dang warm. Yeah, you just got to figure out your fish, your tanks, your temperature, where you live, if you are trying to keep fishes outdoor. That is it for this video. Just trying to cut it, give as much information as I can in a very short time of keeping flower horns outdoor, keeping tanks outdoor. It's just not flower horn, but it's all the other fishes too. Make sure your temperature is correct and you do enough water change. Like I said, all these other things that fall into the tank are another addition to the reasons why you're sick, your fish get sick. So yeah, that is it for patio tanks. We is out. I'll see you in the next video.